let's chat about things down your neck of the woods then. The Queensland Reds beating
Hmm.
the Chiefs in New Zealand, and both of these teams now are up towards the top of the table on 2 wins from three. The Hurricanes lead the way in Super Rugby Pacific. But how about Les Kisses Reds to begin with? That's a serious win against the team that we were kind of quietly anointing as the champions to be.
Yeah, great win for Kissy and could have been 3 from 3 if you reflect on obviously the Canes game. It was what was it, 30-35
38,
all going
33,
to
I think, something like
yeah,
that.
and drawing after 80 minutes. So he's done a hell of a job up there. 23 phase goal line stand to repel Chiefs in the dying minutes. It was a real statement win for Queensland, wasn't it? And the maul has been an absolute weapon for them so far this season. Zane Hilton's done a great job there. Matt Fassler obviously goes in for another try. And then the Harry Wilson McWright combo again is evident for a wonderful try. And we're starting to see signs of Vonnie Value's rugby league form translating into union. He had some really exciting moments in the game, which has kind of perked up the interest levels of Wallabies supporters as well. So yeah, I thought McWright was probably standout player. He had two incredible try-saving tackles, which he had no right to make. And as I said, a lot of good that comes through Queensland is generally McWright, Wilson, McDermott, and they're on display. And then Line has done a great job as a starting 10. And then the young McLaughlin Phillips comes off the bench. It's his grubber that creates the try for Flute to score. And then it's his Jackal, the young number 10 with the Jackal after 23 phases to win the game. So as I said, huge win for the Reds. And as we kind of talked about at the start of Super Rugby, that gap has definitely started to narrow between the Kiwi and the Aussie sides. I think it's two Kiwis, two Aussies in the top four at the moment with the Canes out in front by about 3 points.
Has that changed interest levels at all, or piqued them on in Australia? Just the sense that maybe with a massive few years coming up for the Wallabies, the fact that you have a couple of franchises knocking around the top of this competition now and beating the likes of the Chiefs, the Crusaders in recent weeks, are people emotionally invested a little bit more than has been the case in recent years?
Yeah, I think jeopardy is so important in professional sports. Like it's even been spoke about in the Aviva Stadium, the lack of atmosphere at times in the Aviva. I think it's because the results have been foregone conclusions the majority of the times. Whereas now you're heading into games with a realistic expectation that either side could win. And I think that can only be good for the competition. Obviously, dynasties come to an end. Crusaders winning seven on the bounce, while it's an incredible achievement for the franchise, it's not great for the competition. So as I said, the exodus of New Zealand players to Japan and Europe has definitely narrowed the gap, and the young crop of Australian players are starting to come through and starting to build confidence. I think once you chalk off a couple of wins against those Kiwi side, that mental fragility starts to fade away, and there's genuine belief when they go into the games they're a red hot shot of winning them.
I want to ask you about that dying Crusaders dynasty and a victory for the Fijian Drew. But just before I do, have we slept on the Hurricanes a little bit? Just in the same, I know it's 3 games in now, but
Mm.
just considering the games they've won, like they beat the Reds in Golden Point, they beat the Blues by 8 points the weekend just gone on Saturday. They lead the way. What have you seen from them, and are they more than dark horses now?
But yeah, absolutely. And they have had a churn in players as well. And Jordy Barrett was suspended for the game. So there's a bit of depth, a little bit of unknown with their squad. We did uh talk up Amua pre-competition as one of those kind of dark horses to kind of step out of the darkness from Dane Coles to be that starting hooker. He's been really good. Yeah, there's a good cohesion to how they're playing. TJ Perenara's come back into the squad. Cam Roygaard at 9, who's kind of been a bolter into the All Black squad last year, has been impressive. I think Carifia in the back row is a really abrasive back rower. Ryasi on the wing as well. They got a lot of quality players. And Ruben Love as well, I think has been really impressive at 15. So it's not unsurprising the talent pool that's coming through in the Kane system. It's probably just surprising how quickly they found their feet in Super Rugby.